3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
What's up, crew? It's a little lower than what I was hoping for. Man, my hair is really crazy. I should probably take care of that soon. But why? I wear a hat. Thursday, and that means Organic Kitchen. It's getting a little busier over there, so I won't be taking the camera. It's just they've added one more cook, and it gets a little bit crowded in the kitchen, especially with my giganticness in there. Dilly's having some fun right there. Hi, Dill. What's up? She's crazy. So, no cooking footage at Organic Kitchen at least, but we will figure something out. Tonight will be a Blue Apron situation. It is literally probably the most life-saving. That sounds ridiculous. Multiple accounts, it has saved us time and energy, for the weekends because we don't really have to think about creative dinners, and the fact that, we get 3 dinners shipped to us. And they're always different, like sunchokes in one of the meals. Like, I've never had a sunchoke before, so that's awesome. But there's always ingredients in there that we would have never thought to buy, and then cooking in ways that we never would have thought of. So, editing vlog number 119. That's freaking awesome. Not really any other updates. I reached out to the apparel guy printing the shirts, and he said that things are moving along. I was going to see if I can run over there and catch him laying down a screen, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. But I'll let you guys know as soon as we have shirts in hand and we start packing those in envelopes. So stoked about that. So stoked. And yeah, and I'm super sore. Yesterday's workout was spicy. It was like a fire sauce from Taco Bell. Or a super hot pepper plant sauce, or a habanero pepper. Yeah, I don't know. So, we'll catch you in the next. Alright, so yesterday didn't end up like a typical Thursday, or maybe it did because this is kind of how things roll. Today's Friday. I haven't really started recording for vlog number 121 yet. 121. I can't keep track these days. But I'm finishing up number 119. And I wanted to throw one more piece in. And really what this comes down to, that why I've decided to do this, is because I created this channel, like I said before, with 3 main goals: to share fitness, food, and creative. So far I've shared a whole lot of fitness and a whole lot of food, but I haven't really thrown in creative. So a huge, one of my main passions in life is being creative. I love creating, whether it's making a video, putting down pencil to paper and creating something, although I'm not very good at thinking of something and putting it on paper. I'm better. Or even sitting in a meeting full of other individuals who are looking to create something different for a brand, or for even just as simple as moving the office around to be different. I like being in that process of creating something new. So anyways, to kick that off, I guess, today I wanted to share something that might be a little bit clickbaitable. I'll probably call it something like creating a dramatic, cinematic black bar situation. Those of you who've been following my videos, you may have noticed 2 videos ago when I did the dumbbell thruster workout, I slowly brought in the black bars into the screen and then slowly changed the color grading. And I wanted to show you the simple way to do this if you're using Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe Illustrator. If you're not using those two, I know in iMovie, I believe there's a preset for the black bars, but I don't think you can shrink them or grow them. I could be wrong, honestly. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. Here's a quick tip for iMovie. If you're looking for those black bars and you want to be able to even just fade them in to make it more dramatic, find those black bars with the transparent PNG in 1080p. It might be hard to find. Maybe if there's enough of you who are looking for it, I'll create it and throw it into a downloadable file. But for now, I'm going to talk about specifically Premiere or the Adobe suite. I use Creative Cloud. It's what I've been using since I started working at RockTape. It's given me the most creative freedom as I can possibly need. Let me open up the file. And I mean, you're not going to really be able to see the screen, but I'll try to explain as much as possible what I'm doing. Hopefully this won't take too long either. So if I'm going to go into my files, I'm just going to open what I already created, and I called it Black Bars. Creative file. Let that load up. So this is really simple. If you're using Illustrator or you have access to it, like I pay for, even if you pay for just the basic Adobe Creative Cloud, I think you have access to 2 programs. And if you are a YouTube creator, I would say Adobe Premiere and Illustrator. I have After Effects as well. I don't really use it that much. I would like to use it more. It's just, it elongates the process so much more because too many different programs means too many different things rendering. Opened up, as you can see, I'm using the artboard that's for video. That's going to generate art that is RGB and not CMYK. Super, super simple. There's no method to the madness as far as how big those bars are supposed to be. I'm pretty sure there's a standard, but since we're on YouTube and there's no need for standards, I think they're, let's see, it's about 1.5 inches thick. I think I've heard 2 inches, I've heard 1 inch. It doesn't really matter, whatever you think is good for your videos. And of course, there's 2 ways to do this in Adobe. The way that I did it though is I created both black bars the way they would look like on the screen. I saved it as an AI file so that it is vector file. It is not a JPEG or a PNG or any other file format. It is just, what is that called? Native AI, I guess. And then of course, once you've created that, however your files are organized, you want to pick your video that you're going to go with. I have this old one that I did for the Wadapalooza competition where we did the bear complex. I'm just going to use it for example because of the way I approached the bar is kind of dramatic and could definitely bode well for how this video or this tutorial will go. You create a new sequence with that file. I'm going to go ahead and get to the part where I start to approach the bar. I take a deep breath. I'm going to start right there, right where I take that deep breath. Hit B, crop it to there, so that's where the start is. I've already dragged it into graphics, but of course, wherever you saved your graphic, you want to go over there, drag it in, drop it into the folder where it should be contained. Black bars, I'm going to drop that right on top. And just for time's sake, what the heck? All right, so now I have the black bars. You can see, well, you can't really see. I'm going to drop this footage into the clip right here, just so you can see the difference with and without the black bars. Just notice that there's space on the corner there. I want to make sure that's the way it should be. Anyways, if you want to make it to where it's not just the black bars and you want to add drama to it, the 2 ways that I did it in the video with the thrusters, I went from black and white to color while it was transitioning to have the black bars float in. All I did was I dropped the file in here. So this is at 100% scale. What I did, instead of trying to do moving or masks or something that's complicated, all you got to do is scale up. So you're going to make sure you're clicked on to that layer. And you're going to scale up to, for me, it's 126, I think. Scale up to wherever it just disappears past the frame so that you don't have black bars. I'm going to set the keyframe to start there. And then what I want to do is, as I finish that breath, I want it to be black bars. I want that cinematic look to be there. So I'm going to scale back down to 100. And then as you'll see, when I play it back from the beginning, now you have this, like, boom. It's dramatic. I feel what I'm feeling in the video. Now, of course, my head's a little bit cut off, so you want to take that into account when you're framing originally. So when you're actually shooting and you have a plan to make this a cinematic video or a fake widescreen, you want to make sure you frame it to where you're not going to cut any of your body parts off, because that's not as interesting to watch. Of course, this is a tutorial or my creative example of doing just the cinematic bars, but something else to make it more dramatic is adding that black and white. So I use Lumetri for my color corrections. Anyway, so I'm at the beginning of the clip. I'm going to set the keyframe for saturation, bring it down to 0. Now I have a black and white image. I'm going to go to where the black bars finish, saturation back to 100. And now you sort of have that dramatic coming to color. Obviously, the other thing you can do is set a keyframe for your temperature if you want to create a cooler or warmer mood. You can also set all of the other exposure, contrast, shadow, highlights, and stuff like that to where you go from a raw file or a raw look to a color corrected look, and then to take it one more step further, which is what I did in the thruster video, is right after it's been color corrected or shows the color correction, and like slowly it goes from 0 contrast to negative 8.9 is what it was, I think. Slowly, then you throw in your LUT or however you want to color grade. And I use something that's similar to, or actually it's a film pack that I got from Film Riot, which I love that channel. If you're not following them and you're a creative, then you need to hurry up and go subscribe to Film Riot. Lots of great content in there. But anyways, I use the Captain America LUT that they created, and it creates this like teal, blue, green, like really gritty looking video, and you just go from 0 intensity to 100 intensity within whatever beat. And here's another thing that I, at least personally for me, I believe that when you're using an element, it should only last, if you're using music to kind of control the tone of your video, use only up to 8 beats, even sometimes keeping it to 4. Hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this part. Like I said, I haven't brought any creative side of my life into these vlogs, so I thought now would be a great time to do so. If you're using Premiere Pro, hopefully this is something that makes sense. And if you don't have Illustrator yet and you have access to it, I'd download it today and start poking around. The black bars are something easy that you can make without having any experience in Illustrator. It's just a shape, and then you can resize it. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I'll do my best to answer all of them. That'll be today's video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're new, subscribe. If you're not new, hit that like button, share this video. We're definitely growing, and it's mostly because of you guys. You guys are watching the videos, you're leaving comments, and you're doing all those things that helps this channel move forward faster, and it is so exciting. Shirts are on their way. We get to do cool things like getting shirts, and I'm about to do Fran and Franzilla because we're only like 110 away from 1,500. Those are so exciting, and I want to start calling them community appreciation wads because every time we hit a milestone, I'm going to do something crazy. And I don't know, Fran and Franzilla might not be crazy for some, but for me at least, it's going to be a freaking lung burner. I'm going to fire breathe like crazy. But anyways, yeah, if you'd like to file a complaint or send some positive vibes, leave a comment. But until tomorrow, I'll see you later, crew.